year, my sister and I were part of the Sixties Scoop, and unfortunately, we didn't find out really what it was all about until we were in our 50s. We were taken when we were quite young, and we were adopted into a white family, a complete white family. And through my cousin Mary doing a lot of research, and through myself doing a lot of research, we did eventually find out that we are Native and we are Métis. Fortunately, projects like this one bring awareness to the Sixties Scoop, to the Indigenous children, residential schools, mistreatment of Indigenous children, mistreatment of murdered and Indigenous women, all of these issues. And that is how change is going to happen. Change is only going to happen with awareness, with more awareness, and more projects like this.
The project came to be, Bonnie and I we've worked off and on at the timberland for years. Bonnie's family owns the timberland, and Bonnie's always doing things differently, and I happened to be in the basement one day, and Bonnie was cutting up cardboard, and I said, "What are you doing with that cardboard?" And she goes, "And I have an idea," and I went, "Oh no." And then we came about, this is how the project started. She asked me about being scooped and didn't know that my sister and I are scooped, and this was when the project started.
This is the second installation in a series, and I'm hoping that there will be a third and fourth in it, which will go on and on. I do know that we're going to pass the cardboard squares on to the schools in Sussex to do a third installation in the spring. There are a lot of stories to be told, of course, thousands and thousands, and it would be really nice to have as many, Indigenous people tell their stories, as many as possible.
I want people to take away more of an awareness of what went on in Canada's history, not just the obvious, and the residential schools have brought that forward, but I'm glad that it's brought the 60s Scoop forward, because that's just as bad as, as it's right up there with the residential schools. We were taken, from our parents with no permission, so many of us are lost, and it's just been a wonderful thing to bring forward, I think, and make others aware and let them come forward. Come forward, look for your family like we did. And I just love the fact that the kids are involved and it's in the schools, and I'd like to see it go right across Canada. I know I'm not the only 60s Scoop survivor, there's hundreds of us.
I think that this project coming to the school is amazing. I saw what they did at QMS, and having it here is just the next step in bringing it to many other schools in the Maritimes. And I think that, each time we do it, it's just going to grow and become more well-known, and that's exactly what it is about.
We were here bright and early this morning. It was super cool to be able to set up all the cameras, and it's been really awesome having been here throughout the whole day, because I've gotten to see tile by tile as the picture comes, and I got to edit some of the drone footage being taken, and it's super cool to see it all come together slowly. And it's also been really nice because I got to see all the hard work that everyone's been doing in their classes and with Ms. Barton over the past few weeks, trying to get this done, get it all sorted, and it's really cool that it's finally all coming together.
Reconciliation is what Imelda Pearly says. It's going to be an action. And I can't think of something where we don't have you guys involved, to be honest. Without you, what are we teaching? Who's learning? So to me, it's kind of an obvious variable. And we can't just always have it being we have to always have the mix of non-Indigenous people learning. So if it's always just Indigenous groups doing their activities and celebrating, and then where is the learning happening?
And like my sister and I, this is a time for other Native families that were separated to find their missing family members. It's about awareness, education, understanding, and bringing us all together as a people. More awareness and more bringing it out in the open will hopefully bring more people like Minda and I out in the open to start and looking and finding out where they belong.